So have you ever wanted to run a workflow but felt that the data in that workflow should only be visible to certain users within the organization? Flowingly has just released a brand new confidential workflow feature that does just that. So if you have workflows that contain information like personal details such as salaries or publicly submitted information like physical addresses, and you'd like that information to only be available to specific users, this is exactly what that'll do for you. So let's get into how that's done. The first step is how you publish a new workflow or save changes to an existing one. As an example, I've opened up the modeler with an HR workflow, which is for hiring a new employee. Actually, any HR or financial workflow would be great candidates as they often have information that could be sensitive and you want to keep that private. Whether it's a new or an existing workflow, you would need to click on the green Publish As button in the top right hand corner over here, select Workflow, and make sure that box is checked under confidentiality. Once you have done that and you've published or saved those changes, the reports for this particular workflow will only be visible to a select number of users. By default, these would be the workflow creator or involved users. Involved users would be step assignees, approvers, or tagged users using the @mention function. If you would like to provide access to other users who are not involved in the flow, their role would need to firstly be business administrator or report administrator, which can be found in users. So if we jump into users here, under role, we would need to assign them as a business administrator or a report administrator. Now, once that is done, you would need to grant them access. You would grant them access by making them flow owners via the library. So if we jump into the library, we would find that specific workflow that we want to grant them access to, and we would click on the little icon over here that looks like a padlock. Jump into report owners on the right hand side. On the left over here, you have a few users. Only users that are business administrators or report administrators would be visible, and we would select the specific users and save those changes. People who have not been granted access will not be able to see that workflow in flows or reports. So there you have it. With the new workflow confidentiality feature, your confidential information can now be kept confidential. So keep sending through those critical requests so we can keep improving the Flowingly feature experience for you. We'll see you on the next feature release. Cheers.